Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another video with me, Brooklyn. So we're going to jump right into the video. We're going to be talking about Wendy Williams, okay? She has fired back at a disgruntled financial advisor, okay? This disgruntled financial advisor told Wells Fargo, Wendy Williams Bank, that Wendy Williams was incompetent and incapacitated after Wendy demanded that her accounts be unfrozen, okay? The 57-year-old has filed an affidavit with the New York Supreme Court for a temporary restraining order against Wells Fargo, according to the outlet. Her former Wells Fargo financial advisor, Lori Schiller, was fired due to alleged misconduct involving Wendy's accounts and claimed Wendy was of unsound mind. Okay, to that, Wendy Williams retaliated. It appears that Sheila was and is disgruntled by this decision for a potential change in direction. And it saddens me that Wells Fargo and I have not been able to resolve this controversy. Okay? First of all, Wells Fargo is, in my opinion, does not have that place, should not have taken that upon themselves to freeze somebody's account on hearsay. I don't care what they see in the news and what they're hearing in the news, that she is sick and she's ailing. And I'm sure Wendy Williams has someone in her camp that she would entrust to take care of her finances if that ever became the case. Wells Fargo was not signed to be her payee and her guardian. And I feel like they're blocking her from getting into her accounts because they have tampered with her money and they're trying to hide it. Because what did they think was going to happen? They didn't think that she was going to take them to court and try to get her money back. I mean, it says here that Wendy Williams, for more than 2 weeks, has repeatedly written them requests to release her funds, okay? They have repeatedly denied. A spokesperson for Wells Fargo denied all allegations of any wrongdoings with Wendy Williams' money, okay? Wendy Williams has not been on her talk show. We know that since July of 2021. So Wendy Williams has went to several branches throughout South Florida and to resolve the matter outside of court, and they are still refusing to give her her money. They are saying that their concern is Wendy Williams, her health, and that's why they are refusing to let her money out of their bank. Even to pay bills, they have just shut it down completely because they feel like she's being misrepresented from someone in her camp, from people in her camp, and that she's being taken advantage of. It sounds like it's the other way around, okay? It says here that last Friday, Williams' attorney, McCoy, filed an emergency order claiming Wells Fargo had denied the TV host access to her accounts, assets, and statements. Her statements, too. Now, if you're going to shut the accounts down because you feel like there's fraud going on in her camp or who's ever committing fraud, why would you not give her bank statements? What is her bank statements are going to show all her transactions. So you are refusing to give her access to her accounts, her assets, and her bank statements? Why she can't read her bank statements? She can't even get on the computer to read them because you can get on the computer, so they just shut everything down. Okay? And this has been going on for more than 2 weeks. At the time, her former financial advisor, Lori Schiller, who she fired due to alleged wrongdoing involving her accounts and improper professional conduct, alleged that Wendy was of unsound mind. Okay? And it says here that going into its 15th season, there's a possibility that if Wendy Williams does not return to the show could be renamed, okay? Because we know Sherry Shepherd is stepping into that slot. So my point is this. Okay, if you have a bank, I know sometimes I went out the country and I tried to make a purchase with my bank card and they blocked it because they said they had never seen a purchase from this side of the world before using this particular bank, and they blocked it. I had to get on the phone, call them, put all my passwords in, they released the funds. In this particular case, Wendy Williams has asked for her bank statements. Let's leave the money to the side. She asked for her bank statements. They are refusing to let her even read her bank statements. They won't even allow her attorneys to have her bank statements. That, in my mind, would throw up a red flag that, why can't I read my bank statements? What's missing from my account? What has Wells Fargo and my disgruntled ex-advisor done? Because the ex-advisor works for Wells Fargo. Went into the main branch office, whoever, and talked to somebody, and they blocked this woman's funds. I think there is some shenanigans going on with her funds. I think that they have done something and they are trying to hide it, and they are taking this opportunity to use her sickness to cover it up. The money may not even be there, or maybe to replace funds, because it doesn't make any sense. Who is Wells Fargo? She never signed them to be her primary caregiver if anything happens to her. So how can a bank even, I don't care how much money you have, how many superstars or how many rich people, have we heard of that was sick, and the bank did not step in and shut their funds down? They had people that still took care of their funds, right? They had their sister, their brother, somebody in their camp to still take care of their funds if something happened to them. The bank don't just step in all willy-nilly and take it upon themselves to say, oh, we just care about our customer, Wendy Williams, so we're thinking that something's going on, so we're going to block her funds. It's been more than 2 weeks. This woman has proved to you that she knows what she's talking about. She's in her sound mind, and there's no fraud going on. I need to pay my bills. Because I read in another article, they won't even release the money so she can pay bills. So what is Wells Fargo's doing? I know someone who works for Wells Fargo, and they said that Wells Fargo cares nothing for the poor. They're all about the rich, but that they are very conniving and very underhanded. This is from an employee, just a regular employee that I'm aware of, that says that Wells Fargo, they would never, and they are an employee, would never, ever, ever recommend anyone to bank with Wells Fargo. That's allegedly, because I don't bank with Wells Fargo. But I know my mother banked with Wells Fargo at one time, and they crossed her too. And we're nowhere in that category as Wendy Williams. But if they can screw their normal everyday employees, what are they going to do with someone who has millions and millions of dollars? They're using her sickness as a tool to bully her and to swindle her. That's exactly what they're doing. They're taking advantage of her sickness and her ailing state, and it's just so sad that this goes on. But at the same time, a lot of times you have to be careful what line of business you get into, because just because and I'm not blaming her for their behavior, and I'm not blaming her for her disgruntled financial advisor's behavior. That's not what I'm saying. But a lot of times other things in our life take place, such as sicknesses and things just happening in your life that's not what you want to be happening at the time because of things that we have done. A lot of times, she's a gossip columnist, right? She's a gossip talk show host. We know that. And a lot of us have enjoyed her daytime TV show, listening to all the teas that she dropped. Me, for one, I've never really watched her. But a lot of times you have to be careful what you do for a living and what you do in life is in general, because just because you take a position to support yourself and your family does not mean that that position is right. Gossiping about people and throwing their personal business out into the street is already in the newspaper. We know that because they report news. But when you are gossiping and you're saying things about people and giving your personal opinion about people's situation in a light that they're not happy with. That's what I'm going to say, because I'm talking about her situation too. So everyone does it, but sometimes you have to be careful in the way that you do it. A lot of stars have come forward and asked Wendy Williams to stop talking about them and saying things about them that she does not actually know what's going on, because she has spilled some tea about people that really offended them and really, really embarrassed them. And she continued to do so, and they asked her to stop. And to the point that they would just go off on her really, really bad. Whitney Houston, Judge Mathis, several people have went off on her because of things that she has said. Now, I know that we get on YouTube and we talk and everything like that, but you need to try to be careful, especially when you're making money behind it. You already suffer the consequences when you're not making money behind it. But then when you are reaping benefits behind someone else's demise, that really, that can get you in the category, because gossiping stings. I'm not gossiping about Wendy Williams. I'm just saying what Wells Fargo is doing to her. But I'm saying a lot of times, besides money issues or whatever, monetary issues, marriage issues or whatever, we have to be careful what we take on. If you're hired to be a hitman, you're going to suffer the consequences of, you may get killed or your family may get killed. If you take on the employment of being a drug dealer, you got a consequence of going to jail. When you take on the employment of being a gossip TV show host, people then gossip about you. It comes around. Whatever you do, it comes back around, And I'm sure Wendy Williams is not liking this in the public. I'm sure she's not liking her personal business all out in the air. She expects it, because that's what kind of work she does. But I'm sure whenever it turns back on you, you don't like it. And I hope that she gets this settled, and I hope that she is able to return back to work, because I wouldn't want to be in her shoes. I would not want to be. Wendy Williams is young. She's still young, and I would not want to be in her shoes by no means, with her sicknesses and her diseases and my financial situation, where I've earned all this money and now I can't use it. They're trying to take it away from her, and she could very rightly so lose her money if they did not, if it's not there. They won't let them have the bank statements. Now, again, I'm not blaming her for their behavior. I'm just saying a lot of times things fall on us. Consequences fall on us from things that we do, from behaviors that we ensue. Even if it's your employment, just because it's your employment does not make it right. Morally right is what I'm saying. It doesn't make it morally right. Just because it's your employment and you're getting it legally, you're earning your money legally, still does not make it morally right. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we have to reap. And when it's time to reap, we don't like to get our reaping in. Nobody wants to reap. It hurts. And I know this is hurting her. She earned this money. It's her money. But my point is, they saying that they're concerned about her well-being, and they feel like it's some fraud going on and someone is trying to basically steal money from her. But why won't you let her read her bank statements? I'm not understanding why you won't let her read her bank statements. Why she can't have access to her assets, let alone her money. Why she can't read her bank statements to see what's going on every day and what's been going on in the past. Because let me make this clear. If she had not have fallen ill and this would not have happened, she probably wouldn't know what kind of money was missing from her account. She probably would not know if anything was wrong, because she probably wasn't checking her accounts, because she had an advisor who she accused of swindling her, basically. Okay? So she caught that. But she don't know the magnitude. Evidently, she doesn't know the depths of it. That's why they will not let her see those bank statements. I'm convinced of that. That's why they won't let her see those bank statements, because they have used some of those funds and they don't have the money to put it back, or her money is not there. It's nowhere where they're doing this for her benefit. She has a lawyer who's saying, give me the statements. Let us have some looks at it. They won't even let her have her bank statements, which means they're not allowing her to even look at the computer. So when you go on your computer to pull up your bank statements, she's evidently not able to do that. Evidently, she's not getting bank statements in the mail, rightfully so, because you don't want your mailman tampering with your mail, right? So she don't have access, because you can go on the computer. Her everything is blocked or shut down. Obviously, if she's asking for it. Because she can go online and print it off. So evidently, she's not able to do that. They're not allowing that. So something is being hid. They're not doing this for her benefit. They could care less if Wendy Williams have dementia. A lot of people have dementia and can't remember things, and they're sick. Banks don't step in and take their millions and just lock it down and say, oh, we care about you. We don't want nobody to steal your money. That's because they're stealing her money more than likely. That's my personal opinion. Somebody's done something. She accused this person. So Wells Fargo evidently must be behind it because they're supporting it. They went by what this woman said, okay, that she is of unsound mind. The news media reports a lot of things, but this woman is acting as though she knows this to be a personal fact. Because people report things in the news media all the time. You seen Wendy Williams fall out on TV. Wells Fargo didn't step in then. They're going by this woman's word because this woman is mad, whoever this person is, because they got fired. Probably for embezzling Wendy Williams' funds. Okay, and it's sad because people that's going after her money, her ex-husband Kevin, and his new wife done taken a lot of her money. Then you got the bank taking over her money, and it's sad. It's just sad that your hands are tied after you work all these years, and then somebody just come along and just decide we don't want you to have it, and we're going to take it. So now this could take years to get settled, that her money is locked up. I hope she got some money at home in a safe somewhere, because this could take years. I don't even understand how they could step in and say that they're going to take over her funds. They have not been assigned to be her payee. I could see if that was in her contract. If something happened to me, Wells Fargo step in and take over. I could understand that she has a whole son. She has a whole brother. She has family members who can step in. She has a lawyer. So I'm not understanding how they can just say, no, you're not getting it. And she's filed paperwork to go to court. They still have not relinquished it. I don't understand. Something is fishy in the fish bowl. Something is fishy in the fish bowl. It doesn't make sense what they're doing. You won't let me have access. I can't even read about it. I can't even see what's been coming out. You won't even let let me pay my bills. Most people have their mortgage taken out automatically, car payments taken out automatically, light bill, things like that. Nobody's allowed to go into the account to take anything. It's shut down. Why my bills can't get paid? So they're putting her in a hardship, and it's just sad. It's just really sad. And I hope that she gets this resolved soon. But a lot of times when you start going to court with people over money, they tie it up in litigation for years. And then if something happens to her, Wells Fargo has the money. Hopefully she wrote a will. Surely she wrote a will for her son to get her money. But, it's her money. I'm not understanding, I'm not understanding. I can see them locking down her account because like I said, they will lock your account down if they suspect fraud. But once you contact them and let them know there's no fraud going on, they should reopen your account. They're refusing. So maybe the fraud is on Wells Fargo's end, is my point. So anyway, prayers going out to Wendy Williams, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And with that being said, I'm going to say vielen Dank. That's thank you very much in German. So vielen Dank for watching me, and choose, that's what? That's bye in German.